Hey guys, long time no talk. I actually just recorded this, but it died. Here I am again, re-recording this video. I'm going to make it pretty quick, which for me means not super long, but not short, if you don't know me by now. So I wanted to give you guys an update. It's been a long time, and I have not uploaded in a while. I think it's been a couple of months, which is crazy to think about. I don't even want to think about it. Let's not think about time. Time is moving away too fast. So basically, I wanted to give you a little update, and then I kind of wanted to, okay, let's just jump into it. Basically, update-wise, I went away up north for about a month to visit my family. My grandma lives in the middle of nowhere, so I intended to use that time to edit all my reactions, which I did, and then I was going to come back down and I was going to upload them. As you may have noticed, Stranger Things reactions are only half uploaded at the moment. So I came back down, had a great time with my family, even though I got deathly ill on my birthday, which was the worst. January 1st was my birthday, and from January 1st to January 7th, I was in bed, not moving, not talking to anybody. It was the worst sick, I've never been that sick in my whole life. It's probably one of the reasons I'm in such a good mood. It's once you're that sick, you're just oh, my lungs work, my nostrils work. You just want to praise every part of your functioning body at the moment. Guys, if you don't have a sore throat right now, just take a drink of water and enjoy the fact that it doesn't feel like death when you swallow. So I got sick on my birthday, came back down, was kind of in a crappy mood towards the end of my trip just because I left my family and I was getting over this cold and everything. And you guys know that before I left, I posted that video about how I got into a car accident, a very minor car accident that basically turned into me being sued for a crazy amount of money and just financial stress and all this different stuff. I came back down and I broke my computer, literally snapped it in half. The computer we're on right now is a new one, same one, in the sense, same model, but new one. But yeah, I put my computer on my floor, open, I guess, one night when I was tired, and woke up and stepped on the front of it and just snapped it in half. So it's in the process. I sent it off to basically get all my information from the hardware put onto a disk so I can upload those reactions. I thought about uploading a reaction, a rewatch or something like that, which would have been obviously clearly labeled. I wouldn't have, pretended that it was anything but a rewatch. But I was do people want to see that? I feel like you guys would rather wait to see me actually react the first time I saw those the most important points of the show, which I definitely lost my shit over. So I figured we'll just wait until it comes back in, even though it's taking for frickin' ever. But yeah, so basically after that, I also found out that somebody stole my credit card and maxed it out and actually overcharged it. They spent $2,000, so they went $1,500 over my limit. Which was just it was just a strange week, getting sick and then not having my birthday and then just having somebody steal my credit card. And when I was up there, I didn't check my bank account for a whole month because I didn't spend anything. So when I came back down to make my payment, that's when I realized that somebody throughout the month had been spending massive amounts of money, that they totally should have called the credit card company. So they are reimbursing me, which is a good thing. It's just still, a little who are you? Who out there in the universe is this mean? But they're probably going through something anyways, so I guess there's always two sides to a story. But but when I came back down and all that was happening, I was just having the worst time, and I was just reacting so, there's a streak or something. I was reacting so badly, and I was just so pessimistic, and just, I was having just the worst time of my life, honestly. And then a bunch of other stuff happened that kind of exacerbated that, and then some good stuff happened. I started talking to people I hadn't really given the time of day, and I should have, just because my social anxiety got a little out of hand. I started reading more, and I just started doing things for myself again, and just having really good conversations, the kind of conversations that I feel we all watch TV shows for. We all obsess over these shows because we see dynamics, and we see friendships, and we see words being said that we only wish were said in real life, and we kind of like feel maybe that the world is a little less creative and deep than we'd like it to be, and that's why we indulge in TV. And I've been having those really good conversations, the kind of conversations that if I was an outsider watching, I would want to be a part of, and just good stuff started happening. And then I read this quote, and it's going to sound crazy, but you know how when you read something that you know, or you read something that you relate to, but maybe you just haven't thought about that feeling in a while, or you haven't thought about that fact, or despite knowing it in like your heart fully, you just haven't really thought about it for a while. So I read something, and I literally probably reread it like once every day, and I wanted to read it to you because I read it right around the time I was like looking at my videos, trying to figure out what was the last thing I posted to you guys, you know, on this channel. And I realized that it was another sad video. And as much as I feel like I want to share every part of myself with you guys and, you know, talk to you guys when I'm feeling down and when I'm feeling up and, you know, in the middle and everything in between. And I feel like it's important for you guys to feel like you can do the same. I don't want this channel to become me crying on my videos about how hard things are. Like, I want to be that person who listens, but also says things that make you feel a little better about your day and yourself, because I'm sure, you know, we get enough negativity as it is. Sorry, my computer almost fell out of my hand. I'm holding it like a pizza, so. But I wanted to read this quote to you because I read it, and as cheesy as it sounds, it kind of changed my life. It just made me realize some things that I've been forgetting. And whether or not you agree with the notion behind it is totally okay. You can like the quote, hate the quote, whatever you like or hate. But I figured I'd read it to you anyways because maybe it'll do for you what it did for me. So it's on my phone, so bear with me because I do not want to edit this video. I don't even think there's editing software programmed on here yet. So it says, ooh, of course, you know when you scroll to something, you finally find it, and then you hit something and it's gone. It's okay. It's really close anyways. Your little ASMR. Okay, so it says, this is by Caitlin Moran. She's an author. At 19, I read a sentence that retransformed my head. The level of matter in the universe has been constant since the Big Bang. In all the eons that we have been alive, we have lost nothing and we have gained nothing. Not a speck, not a grain, not a breath. The universe is simply a sealed, twisting kaleidoscope that has reordered itself a trillion times over. Each baby, then, is a unique collision, a cocktail, a remix of all that has come before, made from molecules of Napoleon and stardust and comets and whale tooth, colloidal mercury and Cleopatra's breath, and with the same darkness that's between the stars, between and inside our own atoms. When you know this, you suddenly see the crowded top deck of a bus in the rain as a miracle. This collection of people is by way a starburst constellation. Families are bright, irregular-shaped nebula. Finding a person you love is like galaxies colliding. We are all peculiar, unrepeatable, perambulating micro-universes. We have never been before, and we will never be again. Oh God, the sheer exuberant, unlikely face of our existences, the honor of being alive. They will never be able to make you again. Don't you dare waste a second of it thinking something better will come along. Don't you dare. And I was just like, I'm into science and, you know, things like that, especially when it comes to astronomy and just the universe. Hashtag aliens exist. But I've always known that, you know, matter isn't created or destroyed. So that means that everything that exists now has existed before, but just in another state. And so you literally are made up of things like, you could possibly be Cleopatra's breath, or the same things that have made whale tooth or stardust or whatever it is that you like to imagine that you're made out of, okay? And it's just really interesting and kind of beautiful to think about the fact that everything exists, you know, and it has never been less or more, but it's also never existed in the same way that it exists now. So you are an accumulation of things that have been before, but never in the form that they are for you, if that makes sense. And it's just kind of beautiful to think that everything is so unoriginal, but so original in itself. You know, it's like almost like it's a bit of an oxymoron. But it was just kind of beautiful. It just kind of reminded me that, you know, there is nothing like me. And the same goes for you. There is nothing like you. You are an original, you know? You are unique and you have the ability to be so much. And it was just kind of something that I like to read to myself. And again, that was Caitlin Moran. She's an author, I believe. I think I've read some other stuff by her, actually. But yeah, so when I read that, it was just kind of like the cherry on top of the cake, so to speak. Do people put cherries on cake? No, cherry on top of the ice cream. Whatever, you get what I'm saying. It was the last piece of the puzzle that fell into place that made me kind of realize that I need to just take my days and just use them wisely. And, you know, time is short and I don't want to spend it being negative and sad and upset all the time. I do want to use my time being a little bit more, you know, time managey, so that way I can get some videos up for you guys, but that was a little bit out of my control. But it is an intention I do plan to follow through with. Those Stranger Things videos will be up eventually, I promise that. But yeah, until then, I just kind of wanted to make this video to follow up my really sad video with a hopefully optimistic video, just saying, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you. Each one of you, I like remember, I know all of you. I like recognize your posts and I see it and you're important. And I'm always here to talk, even if I might take a long ass time to answer. So on that note, on that positive note, I hope you guys are having a great day. And if you're not, I hope it gets better. Bye.